started. All right. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the second day of the slide making masterclass. It's wonderful and it's good to have you join us today. And yesterday was a full loaded day of learning. And today is another day that we're going to go on another, what should I call it? We're going to go on high speed today again, but it's going to be very hands-on, very practical. So just like yesterday, I hope you are joining with your computers, you have your laptops with you, you have your apps open, because today is going to be hands-on and we're going to be doing much of what we talked about yesterday and much more. But just before we get started, I want us to start today by reviewing the assignments. By the way, congratulations to everybody who turned in the assignments. Those who turned it in early, kudos to you. Those who turned it in late, yes, kudos to you too. We saw you late, especially those that turned it in the last 10 minutes. No wahala. But I must call out Dr. Atansi Chinyere. She was the first to turn it in. She sent her assignment last night. I said, the thing is hotting, as in it hot. So that's fantastic. So we're going to start reviewing those assignments. And so what I'm going to just do is start by sharing the first screen of the first assignment. So this right here is Dr. Atansi's work. I'm just going to maximize the screen and then run through it for a second, and then you look at it. So this is introducing her. So slide 1, slide 2. Can you see the slides? Please confirm to me. I've not heard people's voices today. Everybody is okay. Please unmute yourself and just say hello where you are. Tell me you can see the screen or you are seeing something. Just let your voice enter this meeting.
Hello, I can see the screen.
Hello, I can
Okay,
see it.
good. At least let me know that people are here. Yes. Is she herself here? Is Dr. Atansi here? Yes, I can. Okay.
Yes, I just commented.
Okay. So it is we're starting with you. And you commented where inside this meeting?
Yes, sir. I just said, see me, and I'm here.
Are you sure you did send it to somebody's private inbox? I can't see it.
Oh, I did. I just, like I said, I omitted and said.
Okay. I thought you say you commented with the chat. All right, so you can see her slides. So these are her slides. Amazing, beautiful slides. Yes. So let's make it open. What's the first observation? Who has comments? What do you think? As the viewer of this slide, were you blown away? What stood out for you? What do you think, considering what we did yesterday? Now, don't look at the entire aesthetic of the slide. Looking at what we did yesterday. Yesterday we talked about images, colors, fonts, and some general tricks. So based on that, who wants to go on? Who wants to make a comment on what do you think needs improvement? Or what do you think she got right? You want to talk, you can raise your hand, you can just unmute yourself and speak. Anybody? Or should I call names? Hold on first. Did you see the slide? Was my screen shared?
Yes, sir, we saw it.
Okay, it was shared before. It's off now.
Okay, it's off now. Okay, let me bring it back. Sorry. Okay, so here it is. Yes. So who wants to speak? Anybody can go. No, this is a classroom. So yeah, we're going to go through everybody. So better talk now, because when it comes to we talk.
Can you take it? Can you run it to the end?
Okay.
One after the other.
Okay. So slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, 5, and 6. It's a personal introduction slide. So this is what we have.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir.
I think okay.
Yeah, okay. So who is going? Is that Mayowa? Yes, Mayowa.
Yes,
so
yeah, from my own little observation, I just noticed that the slide is kind of each slide is the information on each slide is much, so you can't clearly see those texts. The visibility is not really, it's good color combination, but just the visibility. Because I can't really see the text. I don't know, maybe it's my eyes or something.
Okay.
So that's my observation.
Yeah, okay. So too much text. Yes, that's one comment. Okay. Good observation.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The only thing I noticed, which I'm also a victim of what I'm trying to correct here, is that the font is quite small. If you are to put this on a projector, I don't think it's very tiny, because I know one of the rules should be your text should be bold enough for your audience to read, which I'm a culprit here. So my own text are as small as this too. So that's I'm only looking at the text. The color combination are quite okay. For me, it's on the average. But the text itself, the font needs to be worked on.
Okay. So yeah, fonts. So one person said information too many. One person said font too small. Both very good observations. Anybody else seen anything?
Okay, so on the first page, I like how the fonts are, the mixing of the fonts is not so clear, it's not so bright. I think maybe white would have been a better color, but the mixing, that's Chinyere in block like that, and then the Atansi in more of like cursive is really nice.
I agree with you. Totally agree with you. But it's a little bit unreadable. There's an email there that most of you probably did not see, because it's a brown on.
In fact, if you didn't mention it now, I didn't see it.
You didn't see that there's an email there, Shay?
I didn't see the email, but
okay. That means somebody missed out the lesson on color combination. So if you wanted to use blue, you could have gone to blue, to your Canva color wheel, and see what goes with blue, a brighter shade of blue. Well, that's good observation there. Let's dive right into the next person. So the next person is Tommy Daniel Adeshina. Are you choosing the same colors? Why are your colors looking alike? Okay, so let me just run through his own slide. Wellness maven, inspiring personal growth, authentic living. Okay. Okay, did you know? Okay. 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 Okay, straight to the point. So he has his first slide shows your face, your name, and the many things you do. Second slide gives the problem. Depression affects number of people. Depression can lead to suicide, and this is why Daniel aims to ignite and spark individuals, encouraging them to unleash their potential. Okay, and then talks about what you do, convener of Talking with Tommy podcast, and then how we can find you. All right, so yes, what are your comments on this one? Very straight to the point, 5 slides. Can I know what did he do right? What could be improved upon?
Okay, I think his color combination are quite okay.
Okay.
And his fonts are quite bold, readable, very readable. Even if you put it on a projector, you project it, and people far behind can actually see and read it. And again, he played along with a white background, which I'm really a fan of the white background in some of the pages. He used white background, trying to combine you see, color combination is very key. That's what I just noticed. It's very key. Based on what you're talking about again. I think it has a lot of message, even in your text. Okay. I think for me, that's quite, it's okay.
Okay, so if I may ask Daniel, what's your primary color? Daniel here? Oh, he's not, okay. Sorry? Okay, we can't hear him. Anyway, so somebody has commented, nice, you played well with font size. What else? Any other comments? I'm asking of your color combination because I was trying to see the consistency. So you have this particular shade of blue that goes with red and something, the picture has like a shade of brown. Here we have orange and blue, which is good. But here there's neither orange nor blue. And then here there are 2 shades of blue. and at the back there is blue. So it's a little bit questioning. Okay, what's your color? Before I make any other comments, anybody has comments to make? All right, so
just,
yeah, go on.
Seems, straight to the point. Okay.
Yeah, seems straight to the point. But okay, so my comment here is that I think that the colors were a little bit dancing. Dr. Atansi's own had, okay, so you have this shade of blue. That same shade of blue is here. That same shade of blue is here. And where there is no blue, this maroon or whatever you take it, continued the consistency and brought it here. This is the only place that didn't have that shade of blue and then have. So somehow the colors flow as you are going from slide to slide. Something is connecting the last slide to the other. Even though if you ask me really, I would really question this combination of this blue and this maroon. I don't know who suggested it, if it was Canva, Color Wheel, or Kulos, or whoever, but yeah, the colors are a little bit, but here you could be a bit more consistent with your colors. Now, I know you're trying to put your icons for each of the social media platforms, but you know, you can also be uniform here. The beauty is that these icons, you can choose your colors. So if you wanted it to be blue, you can make all of them blue. Already those icons are known for what they represent. I know you don't want to probably use blue YouTube or whatever, but somehow there's a way you could maintain some level of consistency. But I mean, that's my own comment on this. Let's go to the next one very fast. Okay. So we have David Ajibade here. Let me just enlarge his own. I'll be quite fast. See if I can take just two minutes on each slide and we move. Okay, so David Ajibade, my name is David. I specialize in assisting businesses in expanding their digital presence. Okay, taking bold steps. I assist individuals and brands in embracing digital strategies that may be unable to use. How you can embrace digital today? Kill routine burnout, get unmatched visibility, experience growth, connect with me. Okay, so comments. What do you think? I'll just take 1 or 2 comments on his own.
Beautiful, straight to the point, good combination of colors. I think the guy is a pro already.
Yeah, he used a shirt where he wore yellow shirts and chose yellow color. And I mean, the yellow and black, very complementary colors, very, very complementary. And maintain that yellow everywhere. Use this shape to bring in his yellow. And there's something he did here that nobody has done so far. He has headings. Did you observe that as he was going, basically what I was reading was the headings. The headings are what catches your attention: unmatched visibility, experience growth. Many times people will not have time to read what you put at the bottom, but your headings have a way of catching the main idea of what you're trying to say. So fantastic, your color combination, amazing. Use of headings, beautiful. You see this place, this yellow on the left and yellow on the right that is playing here. I don't know what they are playing there. It's flying. So you put a box or a shape there, but your text is not centered in the shape. There's more space on the right and on the left. So for me, looking at it, it's looking a little bit imbalanced. So while the yellow, black on yellow is fantastic, that's text moving more to one side and to the other side is distracting, if I should say. And kind of same thing here too. The text is more to the left than to the right. And then here, the text is fuller into the box, but there's a lot of blank space here that you didn't use out. So those things distract. Alignment. So your text starts here, your shape starts here. That alignment is a little bit distracting. But by and large, fantastic work you've put there. I mean, sometimes those details can be what catches your audience and makes them feel like, wow, you paid attention to that detail. There's the same amount of text in that, but I'm going to show you an easy way to do what you're trying to do without making that mistake. Okay, who is next? All right. Let me share a little about me. So Shalom Ogunshola, software developer. Some of my key life moments: born this year, moved cities this year, commenced university, passion for tech this year, interned, first job. Okay, fantastic. A few things I love: good food, travels, cooking, creating stuff with code, playing video games, playing football, staying at home. And you can see code, you can see food, but the football is hiding somewhere. The other two images are hiding. We can't see them. My personal core values: integrity, growth, collaboration, and contact me somewhere on the map, telephone, and this. Thank you for giving me your time. Looking forward to working with you all. Okay, straight to the point. Let's get your comments on this. What do you think?
Okay, I just like, for me, I just like the consistency in the color combination, consistency. Yeah, consistency in the color combination. And again, maybe the way he played around with, I think there are no headings, like you said, but it's something that even if he's to
no, I think he has headings.
Talk about this. Okay, has headings. Okay.
He has headings.
I think, yes, beautiful. The headings are quite catchy. You know, they are quite catchy, and I think they maintain the same font size, the same font style, which I think it's quite okay. It's very simple, unique, and good.
Okay, so that's any other comment on this before we fly out? But my own personal comment on this is that I like your color consistency, but I'm wondering why the colors are all, should I say, you are using very calm, dim colors. Is there a reason for that? No color is shouting out. It's just, I mean, that combination of gray and light cream or whatever is
and white.
Yeah, is kind of gray and white. Okay, it's white. Shalom.
Yes.
Okay.
The guy is a calm guy. That's why. It's not exactly calm color.
It's close to white. Okay. So yes, it's nice. It's calm. So there's a mood you're going to present this, and it's just going to suit the mood. Nothing is shouting. It's just telling people that you're nothing loud about you. There's a way you use. Okay, look at David's own now. Yellow and black. That is very loud. So you see yellow and black in the armor. There's no. We're not quiet here. We are bringing down the building. But this one comes here just like stealth mode. Just see me, see what I do, and just pass. No noise. So depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to really get attention, you may want to do something bright, something that catches. I mean, see how the yellow here calls your name. You're not looking for it. It will see you to say, come and see me. All of that. So that's initial comment there. Okay, so we have this. Timothy is a pathologist with interest in blood and blood diseases. I can see the blood. The blood is on the screen.
Oh, good.
As a pathologist, my job is to ensure laboratory results are accurate and precise. Accurate and precise laboratory results aid clinicians in administering the right treatment. Beyond work, I do the following to unwind. So I can see football, I can see drawing, I can see reading, and I can see happy hour. Okay. Somebody is enjoying Umoyeno.
Happy hour.
Okay, that's the end. 4 slides. Okay. So okay, quick comments. Can anybody make a comment? What's your first impression looking at this?
Well, for me, the text color on this background color is not very sharp. Like, it doesn't show the text as much. Yeah, that's why
it's paining your eyes. You're struggling to read it.
Yeah.
So he gave me a little. So let's look at this. If we just change this to white, it totally changes the dynamic.
Beautiful. White.
Just changing it to white changes the total dynamic of that. The feel changes, because from when you are struggling to read, and now the text is calling your name without you calling out, looking for it. So still color combination. If you're choosing red is deep. You need to go with something that is bright. And so this font here is Canva Sans. This font here is multiple fonts. So you have Algrea and Canva Sans. Here you are back to Canva Sans. Here Canva Sans. So you have 36, okay, 34, 43. So that level of consistency is not there. The fonts are slightly different. The sizes are a little bit different. So it gives that feel of, as you are moving, something is not being consistent. You probably want to maintain some level of consistency. If your headings are there, let the headings kind of be the same, uniform. Or if you're alternating them, let the alternation also have some level of consistency in them. That's just going to be the quick one. So color combination, font combination, and then headings. If you're going to use, you can do without headings, but I mean, you use your red and you're concerned with your red, that's also good. So your red is everywhere. Everybody knows that where you work with red. I don't know if your football club is red too, because I saw you say football club. You do football, so most likely there's a red in there too. All right, so let's fly. Next person. Hi team, it's me, Gospel Ernest. Excited to be part of this masterclass. I'm the ambassador of Global Startups Awards to the West Africa on entrepreneurship. Okay. Fun facts about me. I run a TV show. I love business. I love Christ. Even more fun facts. I have a wife and a son. I love networking. I speak 3 Nigerian languages. Igbo, Efik, Ibibio. Okay, interesting to know. I have an MBA degree. Creativity is a wild mind. It's a wild mind and a disciplined eye. Dorothy Parker. Looking forward to meeting everyone this evening. Thanks. Okay, so yes, comments. Somebody else aside the maker of the slide. Can we get your comments on this? Hey, who is there? Okay, I will call names.
Nice.
It's a clean it's a clean combination.
Yeah, okay. Color combination, fantastic. Very calm and inviting. That's correct. Yeah, the color is quite calm and very contrasting. So this deep orange and this light, they really complement each other. That's very good color choice there. Yes. Grateful you were saying something.
Yeah, I liked how he outlined his fun facts with pictures. I think he did a good work with pictures that he used. I think I only had a big challenge with his picture. Went out 3 times in the presentation, but the other pictures he used
the same
were
picture,
good
right?
at telling the story. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So use the same picture in 3 places. So they saw it the first slide, saw it the second slide, and they're like, okay, same guy again. But I mean, everyone agrees, good use of color combination, good use of white spaces. White spaces, that is white spaces, space that does nothing. Very powerful, very good to use. So your margins were evenly spread, and that was very good use of that. You have just one text and it's in the middle of the slide. Fantastic. Good points, good combination of images. I think you like somebody says, this one is already a pro. It's not this one no be learner. Okay, who is this? We don't know. Question mark on the face. Okay, developer. D for developer. Where is it though? Sorry, let's come again. Okay, D for developer. A for altruistic. We rise by lifting others. V for visionary. I for innovator. I for instrumentalist. D for devoted Christian. Developer, altruist, the visionary innovator. So David, I am Egbayelo Oluwamayowa David. Okay. All right. So can we get comments on this? What do you think? What's your impression? Did you enjoy following the slide, or were you struggling to find out what was happening, or are you asking questions at the end? What's your take? 1, 2 comments very quickly.
There is no really color theme. Like every slide felt like a different slide, a different presentation completely. And yeah, for one of the pictures, like I think was it the second one, the second one, I wouldn't have told, the third one rather, third one. Yeah, this, I wouldn't have understood what this is at all. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm a bit lost in this particular slide.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no consistency in the colors. It's just this text of the David that were consistent, but the rest were very different. Maybe I don't. Yeah.
Okay, so there's not really consistency there. You are struggling to follow up. Yes, I feel that way too. What else? Any other comments? I think that's a general.
Okay, I also noticed something.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. I also noticed something. I think the only place I'm always particular about the font. Font is always, for me, font is a thing we should always pay attention to. The fonts are not consistent. When I mean font, I'm not even looking at the images. It's the font. I love the font he started with. In the middle of some of the pages, the fonts started. We notice different font size, font style, and font sizes. So for me, I think is the fonts. The fonts are not consistent.
Correct. The fonts are not. So this is Roboto, but all along you use Nikon. This is Nikon 114. This is Nikon 103. This is Nikon 140. So size is different. This one has no borders. This one has borders. So it's like someone says, every slide felt like a different presentation. So yeah, Mayowa, I think on your own end, and then starting your presentation with this is kind of low. I mean, your first presentation, no face question mark. So who is this? And then it's until we got to the last, maybe second to the last slide, that you are letting us know who you are. So in a way, you are assuming that we are going to follow you consistently till the end. Meanwhile, in reality, by the second or third slide, you've probably lost your audience, which is something you don't want to do. So we are going to address that. Okay, this is another one. Let's take a quick look at it. We'll just have like 4 more. Yes, first 4 more, and then we start with today's lesson. But I want to be sure that we look at it. So introducing Mrs. Juliet Courage. Unfortunately, she's not here. Today is her birthday, so she's having a birthday celebration somewhere, and she's not in the room.
Oh, wow.
But
happy birthday to her.
Well, she's going to watch the recording, so you can tell her your happy birthdays in the recording, and when she comes up, she knows that we celebrated her. And then yeah, let's give her our feedback for her slide too. Introducing Mrs. Juliet Courage. My name is Juliet. I'm delighted to be a teacher this year. I'm passionate about education, and I believe in the power of knowledge to transform lives. My teaching philosophy, plenty stories there. I manage 2 facilities, Milestone Academy and La Fina Montessori School. Working with children has been an amazing experience. So that's the end. Okay. So yes, what do you think? Comments on her slides. 4 slides, straight to the point. But what's the but?
Yeah, I just noticed something. It's just the font, still the font. Still the font. The font is, she started very well with the font, and later the font changed. I think the font size and the style also changed. That's just all. The very good color. When you are talking about children, the color combination is quite interesting. It's interactive. The picture, the images are quite okay. Just the font. This one, look at the font.
Yeah, Archivo Black. This was Montserrat Classic. This one is Archivo Black. This is Archivo Black again. This was Daydream and the name. So yes, there's a font inconsistency. And then what's your take on a pink on pink? Pink background, pink text. Was this text easy to read to your eyes?
If you put it on a projector, people behind as far as in the room, if you project it, they can't see it.
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, this should have been a dark color. Even just black makes a difference. Just changing it to black makes a difference already. So if you are using a light background, you probably want to use a darker shade of color of whatever it is that you are doing. All right, let's go forward. So we have Olua Sheiton Ogunshola, a woman mightily helped God. Okay. My name is Sheiton. I'm a customer relationship manager and surprises expert. I'm a jolly mom of 2 boys. I had my 2 boys in 2 years. I can be the life of a party. Okay, you need to come and bring life here. You are quiet here. Okay. Where I'm based, I live in Jos Plateau State. This is Jos in 2000 and let's prophesy this Jos. La Familia. Say hi to my
2050.
2050. That would be nice. I can't wait for it. Where I've worked, sales rep, city hall, head of operations, city hall, customer relationship manager, farm monitor, areas of interest, volunteering, diplomacy, arranging surprises. What you can come to me for. Or I'm handling surprises, relationships. Thank you for your time. Okay, so let's get your comments. You've seen her slides. What are your comments? What are the highs? What are the lows? What are the ifs? What can be improved upon?
Maybe I would like to take just two things here, which two things are the high moments in the. In fact, it's something that once it's been projected, you know, the font sizes, the fonts are very quite conspicuous. You can read it wherever you are. You know, it's bold, big, you know, and I also like the colors, the shouty colors that came in between. I think there are reasons for that. You know, there are some places that she brought in shouty colors and she played with white a lot. From the beginning, you see white. And the calm color when it comes to font, there's a place she said font things she likes doing or something. That color depicts
about me, yeah.
Fun facts about me. That color also has to do with, you know, what she talked about there. That color there, the font there speaks very well. I think for me, I wouldn't say the colors are inconsistent. No, the colors are beautiful. The color presentations are beautiful and the fonts are quite bold, which is the key thing too.
Okay, so there's yellow, there's ash, and there's that touch of all of them. This is I think it's only this orange that we are not sure where it came from, but everything else has a consistency. Okay, how are your fonts? So let's see. This is we can't even see the fonts. Okay, we can't even see what font, but yeah, but I think generally you did okay. My name Shiriton. These two are different fonts. Because it's on a slide, this is an image, but the image is not saying anything as it were. Usually you want your image to communicate. Remember, we'll talk about metaphorical thinking. Let the image say something that your words are not saying. So if you are talking about customer relationship manager and what sales surprise expert, maybe the image could communicate. I mean, the way this did a good job when it says where I live, you said Jos, but we are looking at pictures. To be honest, for us, when we're reading Jos, the question you're asking us, wow, this is Jos, it's just this high tech. That's what the average person is seeing. That's the power of images. When you said here, to be honest, we're all looking at your pictures. And nice smiles there, where I've worked, yes, areas of interest. And then, yep. And then this is good too. OR, a bit plenty information, but at least the headings. And then you didn't separate the headings from the text by color. I would suggest that to make the heading stand out from the body, you probably do a color contrast or a font contrast or a size contrast, something that makes the heading. So even if I'm not going to read the body, I'll just read the heading, the second heading, third heading, and I can move. So that will be my quick comment on that. Okay, let's see the next one. David Fadi, a man of many sides. Born over 30 decades. 30 decades ago, Father Lord. In the ancient brown city of Ibadan.
It was a mistake. It was supposed to be 3 decades.
I figured out. It had better been a mistake.
That's it. I wanted to run.
Okay. A pastor, a teacher, a public speaker. Fantastic. Graduate of biochemistry, master's in human nutrition and dietetics, postgraduate diploma in theology. Okay, straight to the point. 4 slides, did the job. So yes, quick comments. What are your first impressions with David Fadeyi's slides?
Well, for me, I can see the consistency in the color.
First impression is a pro. Is a pro. Is a pro.
Clearly, the guy went to coolers.com. Oga, talk through. Because
yes, I did.
I can see a color palette already, and this tells that this person did practice what we did yesterday Choose a color palette, and the colors are complementary. This deep blue and orange, they are two sides of the color wheel. And you can see how they just shout out to you. The blue and the orange, you can't miss them. They go. So yes, color wheel, fantastic. And then not too much text. So very beautiful about that. Born 30 decades ago in the brown city. And as a kind of brown city, we are seeing the brown roof. So we know what city. In fact, if you left out Ibadan, every Nigerian will know that is Ibadan you are referring to. And straight to the point, a pastor,
brown city,
a public speaker. So, which is fantastic. Okay, just so that I make a comment, when you're writing, block letters are usually a little bit harder to read than sentence case. So if you have things like this, you probably want to use sentence case. Just use a pastor, just maybe, in fact, if you leave out the A, pastor, teacher, public speaker, it still hits the nail very well on the head. So straight to the point. And then same thing here. If you write in sentence case, let the first letters be capital, but let the remaining be small cases. It's going to be easier for us to read than writing long lines in capital letters. Just an observation in case of next time. All right, the last one here, a little about me, Grateful Itiowe, a quick introduction, okay? Hi, I'm founder of Great Innovators Foundation, passionate about making a difference and bringing about transformation on a journey to find like-minded people, okay? Hobbies, baking, cooking, farming, creating new things, traveling, watching, reading movies, reading books, watching movies, academic timelines. Finished law school 2013, MBA in law in the UK 2016, diploma in education 2020, got on Cornwall Theological Seminary, Massachusetts 2022. This person is just reading book all her life. It's like you came to read books. Now what? The need, the plan, the way forward. I look forward to being invited to share more, talk together, and can make a difference. Thank you for listening. Give Foundation. Okay, what are your impressions? Aside the reading of books, don't mind only pulling her legs for that. All right. Daniel, help us check who is not talking. That should not be. So yes, quick. What are your takes rather? First impressions. Anybody? This is the last one. So after this, we dive right into our lesson.
Yes. For me, I feel this is very simple and unique. Lovely slides and lovely presentation. The consistency about the fonts, it's quite. Though there's a particular page where the fonts were the same font, but the size were smaller, right? They were smaller. But I think, this one, and there's another one again. The one before this one. Yes, these ones are quite small. They are not so ambiguous, so to say. But there's something I love about the slides, this presentation. What I call it is not picture, but the arrangement of the pages in terms of color combination. For me, it's quite cool. It's very cool, not too shouty, not too dull. It's just there.
Okay. So yeah, the color combination goes. So you can see that there's a brown and a deep cream, which we saw that in one of the color palettes yesterday. So yes, those are complementary colors. There's not a single picture there, even though you use wildlife. Should I call it wildlife? So flowers and plants and so they keep us engaged. But yeah, if you put a picture, we can put a face to whoever we're talking about. But all by and large, I think you did well with this. So because I am used to Canva, I could tell that this was a template in Canva. And it's likely that somebody else somewhere will have seen this template, which is where the whole idea of being original in your design comes in. You want to use a design that is likely that nobody has seen. For example, come here, even if there was a template here, but these colors look like, okay, somebody made his own colors. So colors, fantastic, everything beautiful, consistency of fonts. And then I think that there was a little bit plenty information that people may not end up reading. So like we said, your slides are just supposed to carry major points. Other things should be in your notes. All right. So having looked at this, what are we going to do today? So today, of the masterclass, hands-on Canva design. For those of you that didn't do your assignments, nothing to comment, nothing to say, no feedback. So I can see you. Let me see. Mr. Shiomba Ankole, we didn't see your work. Mr. Oni Olagoke, Mr. Success, Madam Unyime, Nyobong, Dayo, we didn't see your work. And who else? Dr. Emily, we didn't see your work. But James Enuma, well, some of you left before the meeting ended yesterday, so you probably didn't get to know that we gave an assignment. But yes, we have seen reviews and all of that. So today, first thing we're going to do, getting started. And today my slides are a little bit different because I'm going to be spending more time on Canva than on the slides. How do we get started with Canva? So let me just keep my slides on one side and then open a blank Canva screen. So whenever you open Canva, this is the first thing that you see. And the first thing they ask you is, what will you design today? The beauty of Canva is that it allows us to be able to design different things. Right here on this, mistakenly, you have different things. You want to do a document, you want to do a whiteboard, an A4 document, a presentation, Instagram story, you want to make a certificate, an Instagram post, a Facebook post, a video, a Facebook cover, a LinkedIn background photo. You want to do stories for Instagram. You want to design a logo, a flyer, a newsletter. The good thing is that beyond just presentations, there is a lot you can do on Canva. For those of you who have seen my textbooks, it may shock you to know that I designed my textbooks myself. And the primary tool I used was Canva. People won't believe it, but you know, it's like David and Goliath. David was going to face Goliath. Goliath had spear and sword and shield and everything, but David had a slingshot. But that slingshot, he knew how to use it very well. What matters most is the tool you have, know how to use it to make the best out of it. This same Canva, you can do slides that people look at and say, oh, okay, we try. And the same Canva, the same tool, you can make amazing presentation that people look at and they wonder, hey, what did you use to do that slide? So for the sake of this class, we're going to start with our presentation. So what you want to take is this presentation. If you are looking for something that is not here, you just come here. You can still say presentation. So you're going to see templates, you're going to see projects. You can come here, create a design. All are different options. So you can see, yep, presentation. Those are different ways to access what you want to do. And when you're doing presentations, we have two major dimensions of presentations. So we have 4:3 or 16:9. This is the difference. 4:3 are these slides that used to look like this in those days. And then we have 16:9. Those ones that are longer, they're more like rectangles. So these are the two shapes. Let me color the background so that the shapes stand out and you can see them. So these are two general shapes or size of slides you can make. In those days, this is what slides used to look like. But I think this particular shape of slides are going obsolete. So let's just forget about it completely. And let's focus on, okay, so let me close this. Let's focus on our 16:9 dimensions. So that's the first thing you want to do, choosing the right format for your slide. And then the next question you want to ask is, do I want to use a template or do I want an original design? So you're here, I want to make something. Do I want an original design template? If you are really pressed for time and maybe the audience you are presenting to is not exposed, is not, should I use the word expose? Yeah, it's not tech savvy. They may not know where your slides are coming from. You can just come to and steal a template. And how do you do that? When you come to Canva, you see this box. So what you have on the left here are your menu items. Come to design. Under design, you will see different templates. And these templates are categorized by different things. You can actually search. If I just click on this place, I can search a category. So let's say I want to do a pitch deck. A pitch deck is a business proposal. I'm looking for funding for my business. Here you have sample pitch deck presentations. You click on each of the templates, you will see the different slides. The beauty of it is that the pitch deck even tells you what the slide should contain. For example, this is a slide that should be for your target market. So you just do target market. So they're giving you the headings. You can just duplicate the entire slide and bring it in. So title is this. The next page should be introduction. The next page should be what's the problem my business is solving. The next page, who is my target market. Generally, these are the elements of a pitch deck presentation. And if you follow a template, you are going to have consistency. Consistency of font, consistency of colors, consistency of styling. So in this particular pitch deck, you can see that our title is Rubik 61. Go to slide 2, problem, Rubik 61. Rubik is the font size, 61 is the size, for the font type and size. Go to slide 3, target market, Rubik 61. So when you use a template, that problem of consistency is already solved. And you can still come down to that template. This is the color palette that this template is using. You can shuffle it and say, okay, the color palette, but change, it's still the same color palette. But initially, imagine right now, these boxes, the background is black, the text is white, the graphs are that mixture of blue and black. If I shuffle, it still uses the same combination of colors, but changes the organization. So now the background is white, the text is black. If I shuffle again, it changes. So that's one thing you can do with your, so it tells you this is the color palette that we are using for this. So that's if you want to go template. You can say if you just want to go and copy all, just say apply all 12 pages. Once you do that, it's just going to put all the pages for you from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All you just come and do is start changing your font, your content rather. So I can say what is here. Let's say my company name is Lenify. So I just say, okay, so Lenify pitch deck. What's introduction? I just type it here. Changing the way schools communicate. If that's the summary of my this thing, I can add content. Okay, so introduction. What introduction? 12 years ago. And then you just put your content. With this, with using a template, in less than 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on if your content is available, you have a full slide. And I can just go ahead and present. So here I go, straight to the point, color consistency. I can just change my images, change my content, and excuse me, and I just move on and on and on. So if I really am pressed for time, then I probably want to use a template. But if I want to be sure, and then by the way, you can go back, templates are, so this is just one type of template. This is another template. Still pitch deck, I can choose this one, still has slides, 11 slides, okay, apply all. So it changes everything for me, replace all, yes, replace all pages with templates. So the full template has changed, everything is gone, but this is a different color. So this is the color palette for this one, blue, brown, and all of that. So if you also come here and play with your color, you can toggle and play around with the same colors that make up the design, but the Canva just changes the positioning of the colors for you each time you toggle and randomize that. Okay, so what you will see, the options of designs you will see is a function of what industry you're trying to search for. You want to say market, or let's say proposal. Okay, so project proposal. This is an example of a project proposal template. This is what my title will look like. So I want to replace my title with this. Okay, I just get that. What content do I want here? Just so it depends on what you look for. That is what you will get, and you can search for that. That's for templates. But I don't like using templates, depending on your audience. I said templates work when your audience is not, they will not know where you stole your template from. Well, should I use the word steal? They won't know where you copied your template from, since it's available there. But sometimes you have an audience that you're like, okay, these guys are exposed. They must not know where I got it from. So I want to be original. So in that case, I will just delete everything. Or let me just select all the slides. Delete them. So here I am blank. So you can decide and say, okay, I want to go original. If you want to go original, then we go to the next slide. What do you want to start doing? How do you use images for your own slide? If you're going original, you're going to design each slide separately. First thing you want to do is, what should my cover page look like? And the first question is, how do I use images? There are different ways to bring in images to your design. First option, upload from your device. How do you upload from your device? Still on this menu side here, you see uploads. So this is uploads. From this upload here, I can come to upload files, click on it, and I can look for any image on my computer. So let me come to okay. So okay, Penny Hive pictures. Let me come to okay, let me come here and look for, okay, selected T, whatever. I mean, pictures are so many, I'm now confused which one should I even choose. Okay, let's come to art exhibition. All right, so I want to take a picture from the school's art exhibition. So I just look for the picture you want to upload and basically select that picture. I want a landscape picture. They are all looking portraits. Okay, I've seen a landscape picture. Good. So I pick this and it automatically brings it in. This is one way to bring in a picture to your design from your computer. So you can, once I click on this picture, it appears in the slide. I can now choose to enlarge it. I can choose to make it fill up the screen if I want to, depending on what I want to do. If I wanted to make it just a small picture, I just do whatever you want to do with it is basically up to you. That's one way to get in pictures, uploading from your device. Another way is to paste pictures from anywhere on your computer. So you've seen a picture that you like, but it's in another browser. So let's go to another browser. Let's go to images.google.com and look for pictures. So want a picture of let's say Nigerian classroom. Okay, so this is a Nigerian classroom, and I'm like, okay, I want to use this picture in my slide. I could just come here, right click on it, copy image. Do you see that? Come to my slide, put my mouse here, Control V. It's as good as uploading. See, it's actually uploading that picture. So it's assuming I'm uploading it from my computer, but I don't have to go save it on my computer and come and upload. I just Control C, Control V, automatically that picture has come into my slide. That's another way to bring in pictures, copying pictures from any source that you have. Third option is choosing from the image library. So you have an image library here, which is this place that says photos. We saw that yesterday. You have images that are already inbuilt into Canva. Just search. So what do I want? I can still say Nigerian classroom. Let's see if the images here are going to be different. So see what it brought for me here. For of course, very likely these are the same people, but you're likely going to get higher quality pictures from the library. The only challenge you'll have is that these pictures are not available for free. You can see that they are pro. I have a Canva paid account that I'm paying for. So I have access to everything in Canva. And to be honest, if you do work with slides professionally, I think that the Canva subscription is worth it. And I'm going to talk about that. And not just is it worth it, the Canva subscription, for one, allows you to have up to 5 people on your team. Am I correct, Daniel or David? Is it 5? Five seats. And so this is it. So this is my team. I can have up to 5 people, and each person I add to my team gets full access to the full pro features of Canva. Of course, my own team is already full. My staff in the office, different people have filled up the seats there, but one Canva subscription can give you up to 5 seats. So if you are thinking, okay, I don't want to pay the money alone, it's very simple. 5 of you come together. How much is the money? Contribute it, and 5 of you form a team. Each person has full Canva Pro. Let me see, canva.com, or Canva pricing. Let me just Canva pricing. Let me confirm the pricing of Canva for a year for individuals. Canva Pro. No, this is a scam. This money is not correct. I don't know where they get their own conversion rate from. It's not 2,800.
No, it's correct. It's correct.
No,
it's correct. I almost paid. Almost paid for that.
Did
I
you
almost paid for that this afternoon?
This is
almost paid for it this morning.
Sir,
this is monthly. Annually is more expensive than this. This is monthly. That's why it's
even the
This
monthly, it's not 2,800. I pay for this thing. They are showing us this thing. Number one, your Naira card will not work. That's the first thing. Your Naira card won't work. And secondly, when they bill your dollar card, I think it's like $9 or $8 or thereabouts. So do your real conversion. What's the value of $8? I don't know who is suggesting this exchange rate to them. But if you do your, let me say $9, how much is dollar now? Anybody knows? It's probably, let's say it's about 750. That's about 6,000 plus. I have tried it before. You will see 2,008, but by the time they bill you, you will see how much will leave your account. I think they are using this price has not changed in 1 year. Go and try it first. You will figure out. And then this is monthly. If you go yearly, it changes. Even this, I do the yearly subscription. I just pay for the year at once, and grateful. Is it $13? Is that a month or a year? Grateful. I saw you bought $13. Is that monthly or yearly? That's a month. And that's more like it. In the real sense of it, I don't know why they are telling us that it's 2,800 Naira. Maybe if our Naira cards were working, we'll have been able to pay that amount of money. But because our Naira cards don't work here, so a year is 112. Okay, I think you are probably watching it connecting from the US, so you are seeing the dollar price. If I change my location, I think the price is going to change. So 119 or thereabouts for annual. So that's one way to beat around it. But I mean, I recommend, if you use Canva for work, I recommend Canva Pro. They didn't pay me for this advert, but the value I've gotten from it is way more than what I think I spend on it, if I'll be honest. So yes, that's another way to get pictures from the library. Now, if you are not very, very design savvy, you can't do designs from the scratch. One way to hack it is to get templates and modify your templates. So you want to do a, let's say, sermon. So this is Sunday sermon. This is more like a topic that you can use. So this can just give you inspiration, and you can pick inspiration from the template, or you can pick a template and then go ahead and change your content or change your colors. These sermons are looking no pictures. They are kind of, this part their sermon templates are kind of dry. So okay, so let's say this secrets to powerful prayer. So you may now want to say, okay, now I have gotten this. Let me play around with this. I change my topic, but I now bring in my own image. So come here and say prayer. And then pick your own image and bring your own image. Resize it, do something like this, and you now have some level of originality to your design. That's just one way. So in case you don't want to go creative from the scratch and start designing, you can actually take a template and improve upon that template, or play around the template, modify it, navigate around it, and you are able to do that. That's choosing image. Now, I've already started editing and resizing images. When you bring in an image to Canva, that image comes at the size with which it comes. Whether you are uploading it from your file or you are importing it, the image comes with its own size. How do you resize? Just like any other design app. If you click on the arrows on these buttons at the edge, it increases the entire image from both dimensions, both height and width at the same time. But if you use this one increases only the width and then resizes the dimensions of the image. So you probably want to do something. If I want this image to fill up this screen, I can do this, but this is eventually what I will have. Because by the time this image is filling the screen, it's actually enlarging everything, but moving only the width. So this image cannot have the full, you can't have everything while it is this wide. I know CorelDRAW used to do that thing, that the image, you now stretch the image. Canva has ensured that you don't even have the chance of stretching image. No image that you are stretched. The person is short, but is wider than his height, because we have overstretched the image to fill up the screen. Canva won't even let you make that mistake. Microsoft Word can still help you make that mistake. I say Microsoft Word, PowerPoint rather. I have PowerPoint on my open, but you can make that mistake there. But with Canva, you won't even be able to make that mistake. So you can resize. And then another thing you can do is putting images in frames. Good. So this is your image, but you want this image in a frame. How do you get frames? Come to this place, elements. When you come to elements, I think under shapes, lines and shapes, there is okay, let me not confuse you. Let me just come to frames. Let me just say frames. Good. So these are frames. What frames are? So you see these shapes that have this cloud and ground, they are not shapes, they are frames. When you bring them here, you can actually put an image inside them. How do you do this? I simply pick this and drag it into the frame. Now it has entered that frame. So I'm not having to resize my image. That entire image is inside this frame now, and I can move the frame around. I can replace the image. So I come here to my photos. I want to replace it. If I want to put this, let me say, black child. I want to put this boy inside this frame. I simply click on the image and drag it into the frame. It replaces whatever was there. So I can resize my frame. It resizes with the image. Because now that picture is inside this frame. Of course, when you come here, you have frames of different sizes, frames of different shape. So this is a frame that looks like a phone. I can put this boy inside this phone. I can say, okay, this particular one, come and enter this phone. Now, I've put him more like a screenshot of the boy, but it's simply a frame, but I put the picture inside the frame. And the beauty of it is that once you click on the frame, you see these colors here, they allow you to change the color of the frame. It's looking black because that's the color we use. The phone is black. I can decide to say, okay, change everything to orange. So once I change all the colors to orange, it changes all the lines in that frame. Everywhere there's black will eventually become something orangey. So I have changed the entire frame to orange by playing with the colors here. I can choose to say, okay, no, I want to make it a yellow phone or a black phone, but play around with other colors or other, excuse me, other elements in that frame. Sometimes they just give your design a little more. Sorry, 1 second. I need to turn off. Somebody's trying to get my attention. 1 second, please. Okay, so yeah, sorry. Need to sort out something quickly. Okay, so that's how you use frames, and you can put frames. You can put your images inside of frames. What else can you do? Okay, swapping images from templates. I think I've showed you that already. How you can pick images and swap them, even if you're using a template. So let's come to templates and let's look for any templates. Use the image there. Okay, so this is this guy. Okay, so let's put this. So this is this guy here, but we don't like this guy's face. We want to put female CEO. Okay, so we want to put this lady here. Just click on her, drag her. Once you bring it to where that image is, it automatically swaps it. Fits it into whatever frame or whatever dimension that former image was. You don't have to delete that one. Now, if you delete this guy, you see that this guy was in a frame actually. That's why it can fit into that particular box. It was not just an image. That image was in a frame. Anything you see with this blue sky and green grass, it's a frame. That's why once I picked this lady and brought her here, she just replaced the guy in the frame. If you don't want that entire shape, you delete the picture, delete the frame, now delete even the background. You have to now bring your own picture and come and resize it and do your own things by yourself. It's easier to just maintain what was there, except you are really creative. But of course, this is not, I'm not assuming that anybody is a professional designer. Maybe guys like Success and James who are here, who are professional designers, they probably want to explore and be very creative. You can go ahead, but for the regular average person, just pick what is available and just swap, and you can get what you're looking for. Now, premium features. I'm going to show you some features that are available only on Canva Pro, but they are amazing tools that you probably want to use. So one of them is like, so first of them, editing your pictures. So let me go down to my pictures. Let me look for anybody's picture here that I have uploaded in the past. Okay, so yeah, so this is one of my stuff. This is Mary, or should I have picked Daniel? Okay, let's use Mary. So this is Mary. Now, Mary is here, but Mary is in a background. I want this picture of Mary. If I change this background color here to, let's say, yellow, her background is still spoiling my design for me. It's not giving me the vibes. How do I remove her background? Just click on Mary, come to edit photo here. You see this guy here, BG remover. I just click on it and it just does some magic and instantly the background is gone. So it takes off the background by itself and I can now play with Mary's picture any way I want. In fact, I can come and give it shadows. I say, okay, these are shadows. So give her body shadow. So I give her shadows. Oh, no, I didn't say change her to black. Oh, come back here. Okay, so I can now decide how do I want her color to show. I mean, this gives it a little more class. I can now put my text on it. Say, okay, I'm Mary. So this is me. I just change this to white. Okay. I can decide to now make this even bigger. Okay, so I'm Mary. I can now say, okay, I want smaller text. I teach children to code. Now I want to change this font. Don't worry, I'm going to come to those font explanation also. But generally, it's just you playing around with your text and you can do a lot of things here. So, okay, I mean, just a simple slide, one face, one. But that background. Did somebody say something? Question?
Okay, can you just review how you did this, how you changed the background? I got a little lost there.
Okay, two of you are lost. Okay, so I was too fast. Let me slow down. All right, so I simply picked in her picture. So let me delete her picture. Let me come back to my uploads and let me bring her in again. So this is her. I simply came to edit photo. Once you select the photo, some menu options show here. So this is edit photo. Right here under the tools for editing photos, you see what they call BG remover. It's called background remover. So this is me. I just click on this and it automatically removes her background. I can take the next person. So this is Daniel. Daniel too, I want his background gone. I want to put him in here, but I don't like these black things around him. I just come to edit and still say background remover. It just runs a short, I mean, by itself, you can see the cursor turning and automatically the background behind him it's gone. And I can do a few more effects like I did earlier. I can add some shadow effects to him just to give him some extra, like looking real and stuff like that. So if I delete Mary and use him, because of the color of his cloth, I probably want to use a brighter color or something, something different, maybe something yellowy, something bright that goes because of his own cloth. Where's my yellow? Okay. And then here, I can now change my text to something dark also. And the good thing with Canva is this. Let me show you something, one trick. Because I imported this image, Canva automatically created a color palette for me. So once I pick my color here, I see a color palette that are based on the colors in this image. You see these colors here, there's black, there's deep blue, there's brown, there's ash or whatever you call it, and this color. These are the colors on Daniel's body. This color palette was created because of this image I imported. Kindly recap the last thing. The effect is not available for free. Yeah, it's not available for free. Yes. It's not. That's why I initially mentioned premium first. Now, so if I want to choose this font, I can use any of the colors that are already on Daniel's body to do all of that. So now change my fonts. So that's one way to play with text. Now let me show you some other things. So this is Mary. I still come to edit photo. there is this guy here called Magic Edit. Let me show you how it works. Please pay attention. So Magic Edit allows me to change something. So I pick this Magic Edit. It tells me to brush over her body. So let me brush over her clothes, what she's wearing. Okay. 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 Just ensure I brush her clothes and ensure every element of her clothes is brushed. Okay. Now I say continue. What do I want to do? I want to generate a new dress for her. So I say corporate shirts. Okay. I say generate. Now it's going to create alternatives for Mary wearing a corporate shirt. Maybe I want to use her for a design and I didn't like the t-shirt she's wearing. Now this is all AI generated. Okay. So these are options. It's change her dress. So I can choose this. Now this is Mary wearing a different shirt. This is also Mary wearing a different shirt. Same Mary, same picture, but I've changed her clothes. You observe it's only what I highlighted that changed. I didn't highlight the bottom, so the bottom did not change. If I say, okay, no, I don't want this. I want a corporate yellow shirt. Let me generate. Let it change the options of what Mary is wearing for me to something corporate with a touch of yellow on it. So the AI is working on the background, generating designs for me or cloths with things. Okay, so this is something that has a touch of yellow. This is something else. Okay, this is something else. This is something else. Do I like this fashion? I mean, but basically the idea is you can play around that. I can come to Daniel. Where is Daniel now? Let me change Daniel's outlook. Okay. Let me use Magic Edit. So let's go back to the original picture he had. Now let's change. Let's see if we can change Daniel's outfit. Daniel, are you ready? Let me make it the brush bigger so I can cover. Daniel, are you in this meeting? You're looking at yourself in 3D. I'm not hearing any response. So are people in this meeting at all?
Yes, sir, we are here.
Yes, we are here.
Okay. All right.
We are trying to give David a new, is it this guy? What's his name?
Daniel.
A new shirt.
So
Daniel.
let's go. Let's say a suit and tie outfit. Okay, let's generate. Let's see. I mean, it's basically going to, if it doesn't give me what I want, I can probably change the prompt and change the words and see if it's going to change what Daniel is wearing. But let's see what happens with suit and tie outfits. Daniel, you see yourself? Okay. What is this?
The suit is torn.
You know, okay, I think I know why that happened. Because I didn't highlight up to his neck. I just highlighted the shirt. I left his neck. If I go back to the brush and now add up to his neck, now, and I come back to this place and I say, okay.
To mix it with this one. But this one, I put this one.
Is this,
really?
Are you talking to us?
This one?
Daniel, please check who is talking and help us meet the person.
I'll put this one inside. Put the dry.
Okay. So sports outfits. Which jersey is this one, or Daniel? Okay.
Ibadan United.
Ibadan. Okay. So, but that's just how some of these additional tools can be used. Okay, let's remove before Daniel sues us for changing him. I think Mary is fine. Mary is okay with her own corporate outfit. So, but generally, yes, that's the whole idea of what you can do with premium features. Background remover, magic edits. You can change the color. You can change the feel of any picture. So I take this picture, I remove the background first, and then I come here, I say, okay, filters. What are the different filters? So I can change, make it warmer. I can make it cooler. I can make it vivid. I mean, with this editing here, there's a lot you can do. Those who already do photo editing, you can blur, you can change focus. If you do photo editing already, you already have a lot of tools to use. Now I need to be very fast. AI generated images. So what if you want to get an image to do something, but that image, you can't find it. You've searched and searched and searched and you can't find it. Simply come to your apps here. Text to image, good. So this text to image is, and this is, so you can decide what image do I want. So I want an old African man riding a motorcycle. So I need a picture of a black man riding a motorcycle, but I can't find it. I've searched and searched, like somebody wanted black men cooking. So let's see. I just press enter and let me see what the AI of Canva can help me generate of a black African man riding a motorcycle. Okay, so these are pictures of black men riding motorcycles, which I can use for now. These are not real pictures. These are generated by artificial intelligence. They may not be perfect. In fact, if you zoom in very well, I'm sure you're going to find defect. Aha, look at the man's face. See that the man's face is not totally formed because this is not a human being's picture. AI just generated this based on our prompts. Basically, you can prompt for anything. You want a picture of an old African woman playing football. So that's something you will never see actually. Old African woman playing football. So you most likely can't find that picture anywhere, but AI can give you that if that's what you want to use for the slide or to make the points that you are trying to make. You can find that. Aha. Oh boy. See this one. I mean, only AI can give you this. This does not exist anywhere in Africa. I don't think you're going to find a woman like this playing football anywhere. But that's the power of using AI to generate images. Well, that's it about using images. Let's dive quick in using text. How do you use text? Typing is very straightforward in Canva. You see on the menu here, you have text. So you can add a heading and put the text. So you can say, okay, my hobbies. This is how you basically add text. When you add this text, you want to change the font. Once you select the text, you see this place here. This gives you the different font names. You can scroll and see the different fonts. And the good thing is that the font name shows you the type of font, what it looks like. So if I want to make this particular kind of font, I just click it and it changes to that. There are two ways to resize my font. I can come to the numbers here. I can type any number. I want 80. I just type 80, it becomes bigger. Or I just come and drag. See, as I'm dragging, notice the number. Put your eye here. As I'm dragging the font, the number is changing. So you can actually resize by just dragging and dropping. So most times, you only use number when you want to establish consistency. Because if you drag and skip it here, the next slide, you drag it. You are not sure of the numbers. So if you want to have consistency, find the number and say, okay, I want it to be 100. So whatever it is, the next place, I put 100. Next place, I put 100. That way, you can establish consistency because you are using numbers. That's changing the color, changing the size rather, and changing the font. I've dealt with those two. You can change the font here. So this place, you can search for any font you want. Say, okay, I want handwriting fonts. Handwriting fonts. It's going to bring fonts that have to do with handwriting for you. So you can actually choose any of them that suits what you want to do, and you can use it. It all comes in with your package. Yep. Next thing here is changing the color of text. You want to change color of text. Whenever you select the text, once you select a text, an entire menu appears up here. This A with colors here is where you can change your colors. Down here, you have default colors. That's like the most popular colors. This is my own brand kit, my own particular colors. But once you click on this add new color, you can see as you move this arrow along this spectrum, it takes you through the full rainbow spectrum. And then in between, you can change Okay, sorry. Let me make this white so that the color can shout out more. Okay, good. So let me come back here. So as I do this, as I move this, it's changing my color. So if I want something yellowish, I move this bottom arrow towards yellow, and then I can determine what shade of yellow do I want. If I want something orangey, I move towards the orange spectrum, and I can go either from a dark shade of orange to a deeper shade of orange to a light shade of orange. You just can move. And as you are moving, you see the color code is changing. I told you yesterday, we deal with codes when it comes to colors. Colors, we just use codes, and that's easier for us to remember. So you can see your color codes changing and moving. Line spacing. There's one particular, okay, yeah, I left this because of that. So if you look at this, this looks nice, but the spacing between the lines are too much. If you ask me, in Microsoft Word, you have something that helps you reduce the line spacing. Same in Canva. In Canva here, it is this tool, this spacing here. Once you put your mouse over every tool, it tells you what it does. This is text color. This is line spacing. So if you do this, there are two spacings: letter spacing, line spacing. Line spacing reduces the space between the lines. As you move, this is smaller. As you go, this is higher. Letter spacing spaces between characters. So if you go this, the space between different characters increases or reduces based on this. So depending on what you want to do, you can play with your text or your line spacing on that spectrum. Then text effects. So you have a text and now you want to give it some effects. Of course, like the name says here, effect is here. When you click on effect, there are many things you can do to your text. You can give it shadow, where you can even change the color of the shadow. I want the shadow to be red, so I can come here and say, okay, this shadow should be red. So you can see that I have reddish shadow for this particular text. I can say, okay, no, this I don't want shadow. I want to have like a shade behind it. It's called lift. You can change the intensity, deeper or lighter. I mean, there are many things. You want to give it an outline, polo, outline, whatever. So you can basically play with your text. But the one I love the most here is this background. I can give my text a background. So David, remember I told you that your text, you were having too much space on the left and on the right. The reason you had that problem is because you are using a shape to give your text a background. When you do this, you're going to have consistency. If the text is small, if I delete Morgan, the shape behind it moves with the text. As I type more, the background moves. Maxwell, Morgan, all of that. If I still come back to that place, I can change my colors. I can change the roundness. So like, okay, I want this background to be black. Then I want the color of the text to be white. Sorry. So text, color of text, white, but background black. So the background is in the effects here. If I want the background to be red or orange, I change it. You can see that the background is curved. I don't want the curve. So I simply come here, roundness. As I move this, the curve disappears, becomes square. If I want the shade at the back to be very small, I can reduce the spread or increase the spread, all depending. I want that shade to be transparent. I can make it transparent. I can make it deep. Basically, you can change color effects, or you can even make your text to have that curve. So now it's still Maxwell Morgan, but I've curved it. This was shape, regular shape, straight. This is curve with a curve. And you can actually modify how curvy you want it to be. The curve should go up, the curve should go down, should be mild, should be deep. I mean, basically, it's up to you. You can make it almost like a 360. So you can really play around with your, I mean, this is a powerful graphic design tool. That is what it is. But it just made graphic design to look like kindergarten work. Once you know how to use the tools that are there. Okay, moving fast. What else in? So line spacing, text effect, animating your text. So what if I want this text to fly in? Of course, you can see it on the button there, animate. So I simply come here and choose this. So when I launch this slide, that text simply flew in. If I wanted it to fade out or to rise from the down or to the bottom, speed, I can make it go very slow, to rise slowly or to make it rise faster, or to say, okay, direction, I want to come from top to down or from down to top. Once you select a particular effect, the tools to modify that effect, so I want it to do this. So I have this wipe, I have the breathe, I have the pop out. I mean, different effects that you can play around with. So in your slide, you can give your text the same effect, the drama, the paparazzi that you want it to have. All of that is possible when you are managing text. Have I lost anybody yet, please? Hello? Have I lost anybody? Please, I want feedback. I want to be sure that I have not lost you. Are we good?
Yeah,
we are still together. We are good.
Okay, good. So now that is using text. Next thing is using shapes. So for example, on this my slide, I have played with shapes. This is a shape. This is a shape. So this my slide is a very simple design, but I have been able to use shapes to create the effect I want. This is not a template. My slides are usually original, but what did I use generally? Just shapes. So how do you play with shapes? Let me get a blank slide. Come to elements. When you come to elements here, you are going to see lines and shapes. Click on it. You will see all the shapes available. So square is there, circle is there. Once you just click on it, it appears. So square, circle, triangle, whatever shapes you want, you can bring them in. I love squares because for me, I can do with anything. I can do anything I want to do with squares. I can make my square separate my slide box into two different contrasts. So if I do this, automatically, I have two sides of my slides. I can choose to write on this side in a white color and right here in a dark color, and I have two slides. I can make it a thin line at the bottom, still the square. So I can give my slide that effect that, okay, the main background should be this color, but let this place be this color. Somebody needs to mute if you're speaking, please. Daniel, please check out and where the noise is coming from, help us mute the person. Thank you. Okay, so my shapes here allow me to do all of those things. I want to do some additional effects. I can do shapes and say, okay, this place. Daniel, please, help us check. Can you unmute people who are?
But your work might be, but you might look here.
Okay, I have muted the person. Sorry. Okay, Daniel stepped out of the meeting. Okay, I just saw that. Okay, so shapes, I can do this. I can right click and duplicate. Right click and duplicate. So now I have this. I can now put text inside the cycles. Excuse me. I can put text inside the cycle. I can select them together, move them to the middle. So I can say, okay, maybe put headings here, headings here. Let me see what I can say, okay, option one, and then I can duplicate also. Option 2, I can duplicate again. Option 3. I mean, just giving your design some shape, some format, some structure with shapes. So shapes are very powerful. Excuse me, let me take it.
Please, how did you duplicate? Did you press?
Okay, so I was expecting that question. There are two ways to duplicate. I can right click on it and say duplicate. Or I can use shortcut. Shortcut is, if you're using Windows, just select what you want to duplicate and say Control D. If you're using an Apple, it's Command D. So try it out. Anything you want to duplicate, text, shape, image, picture, just select it and do Control D. That's Control Duplicate. It duplicates it for you. So have you figured it out? Have you tried it? Does it work? Okay, so that's one way to use shapes to give structure to what you are trying to do. Sometimes you want to highlight a particular portion, or especially when you're using images. So let me do something now. Let me bring in an image. And so this image, I want it to fill my screen. So let me take this image. Now, if I just click on this image, it's going to appear in the middle of my screen. But I can also, as I select it and drag it, I just do this and it fills my screen. So I drag it into the screen, it fills that space. In Canva, when you drag an image to a space, it fills that space. Now, this particular image is quite noisy and I can't find the space to put my text and there's no color of text I'm going to use, because if I put text from, okay, let me not speak English. Let me do this. Let me try and write something and say, I am a professional in litigation and mediation. Now, this text is going to be noisy on this background. If I make it light, because of the light background, the light color will have difficulty showing. Even though when it's on the dark place, it's going to show. If I bring it here, it's still going to have that problem. This is where I'm just going to do something. Go to my shapes, bring in a box, put my text in a box. I can now choose to make my box a dark box and make my text a light text. So the image is still there, but my text is visible and highlighted. I can now choose to move it around wherever I want to move it to, and it's still in that space. So transparency of shapes, good. So here I am now, but I don't want this black to just fill up this space and it's blocking the woman. I want you to know that the woman is still there. So what I need to do now, I need to make this, my shape, a bit transparent. Select it. Do you see this box here, like a tile? When you put your mouse on it, it shows transparency. Click on it, and you can actually move the transparency across board. So I just do this. It's still dark enough to highlight my text, but there's some transparency to show that the woman is still there. So for me, this is not a bad idea. Except the only problem I have now is that everything is too dark. Dark color, dark people, dark text. So I probably will not want to do that. I would prefer to go another color of dark or something else, and then probably go light on this side. I mean, it's basically up to you. In this case, I can choose to now make my transparency go a bit further so that the text can show better and all of that. So your shapes, you can play with your shapes. You can give your shapes curve. This is a rectangle, but if I select it and I come here, corner rounding, I can choose to give it curves just to make it look warm and friendly and all of that. If I want the border of this shape to have a border, I simply come here and say I want border. So it has a border. I can now choose the color of the border, make the border alone this color, while the shape itself is that color. You can basically play around with your shape. It's up to you. Your color palettes, you can play with your colors and do whatever you want to do. So these tools I'm showing you are like, if you're learning architecture, in building, all buildings are made of blocks and cement. What changes the value of a building is the creativity of the architects. So with these same tools, same images, same text, same shapes, it's your creativity that now determines whether you can put something nice and you can do something that is really eye-catching for people. Then creating an overlay effect. So I talked about this yesterday. One other thing you can do is, I can decide to say, I don't want to have this effect, but I want the full image to show, but I still want my text to show. So let me take a different picture here. So I bring, okay, so let me bring this particular one and fill the screen. Where is that same text? I bring this same text, copy it, paste it here. I want the text to be more like in the middle, but I don't want to just highlight that place alone. So what I can do here is I can bring a shape and fill the entire box with that shape. Okay, fill the entire box with that shape, make it black, then make it transparent. Then I can now make my text to be a bright color. I can make it a bit darker or a bit more transparent. That way, I have dimmed the effect of the image so that my text can be seen. The picture is still there. If I don't have that, the picture is louder than the text. But with that overlay effect, the text is now loud enough. I have lowered the noise of that picture by simply putting an image or a shape that I made transparent. So that particular effect is what we call an overlay effect when you are doing your design or making your slide. So you overlay your image so that your text can actually stand out and can be seen more visibly. Check-in. Have I lost anybody yet?
Can you quickly show how to overlay again? Just where to go, not the whole.
Okay, so overlay is basically putting an image over here, or putting a shape over an image and making that shape a bit transparent to dim the brightness of the image. So usually you're going to use overlay effects for very bright images, and it doesn't have to be black. It can be anything. So I can overlay in my brand color. I can overlay in this color. I can basically overlay over anything. So it's just choose a color, put it over an image, change the transparency of that shape, and then you have dimmed the image. You can determine how dark you want it to be or how bright you want it to be, basically. Okay.
So where do you go? Like, okay, I have the image. Where do you go to overlay? You select.
Let me start afresh. So this is an image. Let me bring in another image entirely. So I bring in this woman. Here she is. So I go to elements and pick a shape. Okay. So this is the shape. It's just a normal box, but I make the box go full over the image.
Okay.
Yes, I make it full over the image, and then I go to transparency and reduce the transparency of the box.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So if I change the color of the box, the overlay effect changes. Each color gives it a slightly different effect on the overlay. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea of overlays. Okay. Where was I? So, yes, that's using shapes, using elements. So if you've noticed, yesterday I talked about using images, but today I have done a full slide and I have not used one picture. Instead, I'm using this guy. So getting started, I use the guy that is trying to run. Using images, I use something like a cartoon picture. Using text, I did something. Using shapes, I brought shapes. Using elements, I'm bringing this. These are not images. They are more like illustrations. Where do you get them? They can also be used to put. So today's slide was totally different because I'm just teaching. I didn't put pictures. I just decided, let's be consistent, same design, same, but each slide still looks different because of the elements I use. Still come to this place, elements here. These elements give you all manner of things. Whatever you're looking for that is not an image, if you're looking for pictures, come to photos. If you're looking for things like illustrations, come to elements and say, now still using our metaphorical thinking or general image search, we want to get, and I want to get, okay, where's my slide I was using? Sorry, let me come here. So I want to get elements that talk about running. So I want running, but not a picture. So you have this. When I say running, it's what these elements will do for me is it's going to give me graphics, photos, videos, and even audio. What I want to get here are graphics. So I'm just going to come here and say limit to graphics. It's going to give me only graphics that have to do with running. These are not pictures. These are elements, but these elements, their colors can be changed. So under here, running, I just said running and say graphics alone, and I have different things. So if I want to use this, if I want to use these, I mean, different elements, all of them have to do with running. I just select it and come to color, and you can actually play around with the color. You can't really change the color of your images, but your elements can be changed. So these are more like illustrative elements that can still communicate what you want to communicate, but not with pictures. Elements don't have gender as well, they don't have race, so you can't tell there's a black guy or a white guy. I mean, so they are more like neutral. You can use elements to make some points, to add some emphasis to your points. And then sometimes you bring in elements that are colored. So let me look for flying, and I want elements that has to do with flying. But sometimes I find elements that are multicolored. Let me see this. Okay, this one cannot be edited. This one can be edited. But sometimes you find elements that come and allows you, okay, so this guy is flying, but this guy, okay, good. So once you select the elements and you see that there's a color palette here, it simply means you can manipulate the colors of this guy. This color that is looking blue here, you can see it on the hands and on the legs. If I change this color to red, it simply means I'm changing the guy's hands and legs to red. His glasses are deep blue. So I can come to this place and change the glasses to yellow. Oh, no, sorry. Okay, it's not just the glasses itself. A lot of things are deep blue. the glasses and the outlines. Okay, so this is belt that has 2 yellow buttons on it. I can say, okay, I want the belt to also be, maybe I want the belt to be blue. Okay, so the belt becomes blue. I can say I want the belt to be yellow, the belt becomes, I want it to be red, it becomes red. So basically, you can pick elements and you can communicate with them. Sometimes these elements can be very helpful in your design. So let me throw the woman away and make this just a plain background and then discard these people. So, I mean, you can actually put this guy and a text here that says, what do we do? Fly on eagle's wings. So I simply just do this. I don't like this font, so I change the font. Okay, it's still bringing handwriting. So I can say, okay, I want sans serif, something very simple. The letter spacing, line spacing is too much. I reduce it, and there you go. Even though by my own rating, the slide is too boring, it's too dry, so I'm likely going to want to just give it some additional effects by either just adding something, a shape. I can reduce the boringness of the slide by just doing something like this. Could just be this. It could just be a straight line. I could just say, okay, you know what? Just a straight line here that just gives the slide some more contrast. And yeah, I mean, for me, I mean, this is a little bit more balanced. So you have the guy, there's blue here, there's blue here. Just play with colors and then you are just able to, so it's still a simple flat slide, but it gives it a little bit more balance when in terms of colors and usage. So that is elements. Using charts. So different chart types. So you want to put data in your slides. I want to put a graph. I want to put some data elements. How do I do that? Still come to elements. This element guy is very rich. Just come here and type charts. Once you type charts, you're going to see different kinds of charts. Pie charts, bar chart, line chart. I just say bar chart. It brings me a bar chart. What it does here, it gives me the data. So these are the data. You see item 1, item 2, item 3. I can simply come here and say, okay, no, this is, I want more data. Item 6, item 7. You can change the names. So, okay, this is Lagos. This is Ibadan. As I'm changing it, can you notice that the data on my slides are changing? This is Enugu. This is Benin. This is Jos. This is Abuja. I mean, you can say, okay, this maybe what this is population. So population of Lagos 12. This that's taken out. Okay, this is 120,000. This is 80,000. This is 45,000. I mean, it just manipulates that for you. You can have, I can say, okay, I don't want this element. You can right click on this and delete column. Right click on this, delete column. So it just is a 1-column graph. So as you change your data, your slide changes. When you present it, you can see that it actually animates it. They come up the way they are and shows you the real elements. But the power of this thing is not just your ability to come here and play with data. It's your ability to connect your data source to it. You have your data in a CSV or an Excel sheet, upload it here and bring it in. It's going to create the graph of that data you have in your Excel sheet. Or you want to go Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, because my Canva is connected to my account. Okay, so I connected to 2 accounts, David Ogunshola, I connect it. What it's going to do is going to bring for me all the, okay, I need to connect. So let me connect it to my personal account. So continue. Good. So now these are all the Google Sheets that I have. So I can pick any of them. So this Google Sheet, so this is Google Sheet. So it has student and scores. So David 90, Ara 40, Ire 79, Ayo 98. What I do here is I simply say, plot me a graph of from A1 to B5. Good. So I come here, A1 to B5, and I say update. Now this is that graph. So David, Ara, Ire, Ayo. It has given me my slides or my graph based on the data that is here. if I change Ayo to 30, I simply come here and say update. Automatically, Ayo changes to 30. So this particular slide is updated in real time. Whoever is manipulating that document, wherever it is. If it's a document that is changing, maybe I'm a researcher and I have data sources, my people are on the field collecting data, but I want to be able to present in real time. I just put my graph here, connect to the original data source, and as they are changing data and updating it, my slide and my graph is changing in the slide. You can change, different sources. You want to change the dimension of the bar chart, stock bar chart. You want to make it a pie chart. It changes to the pie chart. Same data source, just changes what kind of graph you are using for it. Line charts, it changes for you. It's basically, this one responds to whatever data source you plug in to it. So you can either upload static data from an Excel document that's already saved, or connect it to a real data source that is dynamic. You add new people, add new data, it just keeps on changing. Once you just come and update here, that's all that you need to do. And then you can change the color of your graphs. Okay, I want it to be orange, I want it to be this. You can do, it's once you select that graph, there's a lot you can do with it. You can come here, so okay, I want to change the column spacing, more spacing. I want to make the roundness of the graphs of this thing. You can make them the flat, whatever. You really can manipulate that element the way you want to manipulate it. I'm looking at my time and I'm trying to run. So yes, I think I've run through these different chart types, static data, dynamic data, importing CSV, and all of that. So presentation hacks. What are some, production hacks rather. What are a few tricks that you can do to improve your production? So duplicating slides. Now, look at this, my slide. If I want to make a new one like this, I just simply select this place and duplicate it. So I just duplicate. Now I have this and I have, so this is that production slide. If I click on it and duplicate, I have this and I have this. So I can simply just come and change this to, now that was production hacks. Now I can say presenting hacks. So it's the same element, it just duplicates it and I can change the content. So in reality, if I must confess, today's slide was all made within a space of maybe 20 minutes because I already had the content, but the design wise, I just created the first design, put the shapes and elements and everything together, duplicated, then change the elements, change content. I can get my slides ready in as short as 15 minutes. My wife used to abuse me a lot that I'm a last minute person. Many times I am driving to a presentation and I'm doing my slides in the car. Sorry, I'm not driving. I am being driven to a presentation. I'm doing my slides in the car before somebody comes for me and say, how are you driving and doing slides? But because there are hacks that I can use, I can just simply take things here, and in the space of 10 minutes, a full presentation is ready. So you can duplicate slides. You can copy a slide from another presentation. So let me come to where are we practicing? So this is where we have been playing, and I have this particular slide, and I like this. I just right click, or if I click on this place, Control C rather, I just Control C it, come here, and I just Control V it. So that particular design in another presentation can come here. So maybe you have made a presentation and you are making a different presentation, but there are 4 or 5 slides in your former presentation that you need in this place. You don't have to redesign them. Just go there, select them, Control C, come here and Control V, and you have them. All I need to do here is just make it consistent with whatever color I am using here, and I can select them together, change the colors, change the background, and already whatever it is now consistent with this color scheme. I can even say, okay, top two green, 1 yellow, still consistent with the color scheme. So I have moved it in. I have saved a lot of time in design just by copying and bringing in a slide from another presentation. Inserting videos and animating slides. So I want to put video in my slide. What's the easy way to do it? I told you, you can either come and search for videos, or if you even come to elements and say elements, and just say, like we did the other time, running. So running gives us graphic elements for running, photos for running, videos for running. So if I click on see all, these are all videos that have to do with running. So if I'm trying to make a video, I can actually put this in my slide. Now, This is a video of somebody running, and it can be part of my slide. I can animate it, I can put text on it, I can do lots of things. With Canva Pro, this video is free for me to use. No license, no royalty. I'm not harassing anybody. I can fill it up. I can put text on it. Can you see that my text is still on the video? So the video is still playing, but my text is on it. That's one. You can make fantastic presentations that are very dynamic, and that's all under running. So there are many more. These are different ones. So if I don't like this guy running, I can say, okay, what about this guy? Do I like this guy's running? And you can also bring in, still under running, you can bring in audio. You want to do audios that have to do with running. Some of them are just sounds. Maybe some of them are just instrumentals, but instrumentals that have to do with the keyword running. And you are able to put them into your slides and have amazing presentations. What else is on this place? Animating slides. Yes. So, okay, this is now edit. You want to edit video, you want to do playback, crop. That maybe tomorrow we're going to touch about a few other things. And then you can now animate your entire slide. So this is the slide. How do I want it to appear? I want it to fly in. I want it to fly out. I want it to be just basic, the entire slide. So how does the transition work? Do I want transition to fly in? So the entire slide, like you have those things in PowerPoint, you can do them right here on Canva too. So I think, okay, this is our second to the last slide. Give me like another 5 minutes. Let me run through this. Sharing your slides, très important. After you have done your slide, how do you share it? How do you prepare? How do you send this out? So yesterday, I showed you how to share your slide via link. All I could do to yesterday's slides was view them. I can view them, I can present them, but I can't edit them. So if somebody wants to make your presentation on your behalf, you can do that, what we did yesterday. Just come to the share, select the copy link, and anyone with the link, and then give the person the view you want. That is for sharing the link. But in that case, the person is still going to open your slide in Canva. But I can decide I want to convert all of this to PowerPoint. Come to share, you see download here. I can select this in PDF. I can select it in PowerPoint. I can make my slide a video. I can download my slides in pictures. If I do PDF, now I say download, what it's going to do is going to download this entire presentation, and I can share it as a PDF document. So now you can see it's downloading my PDF. And now this is a PDF document that I can send to somebody. So my entire slide of today is exported as a PDF, and anybody can view it. They can present it, but they can't edit it. So look at it, two hands, whatever.pdf. That's one way to share. But I can also choose to download it as PowerPoint. So this is PPTX. It's going to take this same thing and download it as a PowerPoint presentation, which you can take to your regular PowerPoint and still edit in PowerPoint. So let me come to, so where do I want to put it? So downloads, two hands, and say save. So it's downloading that for me as a PPTX. If I click on the sheet, it's going to open this as a PowerPoint file, and it's going to open this design in PowerPoint. Okay, because I'm not sharing PowerPoint screen, that may not show on your this thing, but you can open it and then go and okay, let me stop the share and actually share the PowerPoint side of it so that you will see that it actually opened that entire thing in where's PowerPoint? Where are you? Okay, day 2. Let me see. Okay, so can you see my PowerPoint now? Can you see my PowerPoint screen?
Yep.
Okay, so now this is what I designed in Canva, but this is your regular old school Microsoft PowerPoint, and it has brought the design, no changes, exactly the way it was. So somebody who does not know how to use Canva can come and continue editing in PowerPoint. So you do your design, give it aesthetics. Now, if I was to do this design and aesthetics in PowerPoint, it probably is going to take me time. I don't have the tools to do all of those shapes and elements and playing with it. PowerPoint for me is a bit too noisy, and even though it's possible, the shapes are there, but Canva is just so easy to use that I can do my design there, export it, bring it here, and a regular old school person can still present it in PowerPoint as if nothing happened. see my shape, see my everything, and that is another way to export your slides. So yeah, let me go back to where were we? Okay, let me share back. Sorry. Have I lost anybody today or right now? Not yet. I'm praying I don't lose you, but in case I've lost you, please let me know so that I can bring.
Yes, you have information. I'm not sure, but I'll go back and look at.
Who is lost? If you are lost, you came late. Madam,
Yeah,
it's like you just came, right? Okay, but anyway, but if you are lost, not a problem. The video, that's why the recording is there. And like I said, if you registered for the course, you have access to the recordings. You can go back and look at it. I told you yesterday, it's a masterclass. So I'm going to be dropping. If I want to go very slowly, 1 week, we are still here. And we don't have 1 week. So we have to finish this thing by tomorrow. That's why I'm trying to ensure that I touch everything. So exporting, so we've seen exporting as PowerPoint, we've exported as PDF. What if I don't want to export? I want to present directly. How do I present my slides? Presenting slides, do you see this button up here that says present? When I click on it, it asks me, I want to present in full screen. There are 2 ways to do this. I can just click on the full screen and say present, and automatically I have the full screen, and I can just use my keyboard arrow keys to move back and forth within the slides, or I can use the mouse this way or backward. This way goes backward, this way goes forward. So that's one way to present. If I want to stop the presentation, like I said yesterday, click on the escape key on the keyboard and it comes back here. Second way to present, presenting in presenter view. What do you need presenter view for? Good question. Now, yesterday I told you that you have this, but if I have things I want to present while I am doing this, and things I want to say while the slide is on, but I don't want the audience to see it. You see this place here, notes. I simply click on notes and I can type my statistics. I say, okay, Nigeria has 50 million students. Africa is under 14 years old. Whatever data I want to put here, I just type my stories. When I'm doing regular presentation, see what happens. My notes are hidden. So even me, I can't see my notes. So whatever I can't see, I can't recall, which is why some people dump information on their slides, because they are concerned that they will not remember what they cannot see. But with presenter view, I simply do this. I say presenter view, meaning I have 2 views. What the audience sees and what I see is different. When I say present, see what it does. It creates a different window for me. Okay, this is what my audience sees. This is what I see. 2 different windows. My browser tab here, I am seeing this. See what I'm seeing? I can see my notes. I can see the next slide that I'm supposed to present. So I can actually connect my thoughts. Sometimes you are presenting, you don't know, you are forgetting what is the next slide. So how do you flow to the next thoughts when you are not sure what is the next slide? So you have to open the slide and then it's the slide that will lead you. That's an error. Your slides should not lead you. You should lead the slides. The only way you can lead your slides is when you are seeing what is next. So I'm seeing production hacks. I know that the next thing after this is exporting whatever. So I can connect my flow and I can see my data, but my audience is only seeing production hacks. When I click on this and I say, okay, using charts, see what happens. My audience slide change automatically. So as I am moving here, they are seeing. And then those of you that used to speak and you forget yourself, your presenter mode times you. So you are seeing how long you have spent. If they give you 20 minutes, your presenter mode is recording your time. Once you are 19 minutes, you should be back on your seat. You don't go talking and then you are saying, if I had more time. That is actually bad presentation ethics. If you are giving 20 minutes, the rule is don't finish 20 minutes. 19 minutes, you have left the stage. That's how to get invited a second time. If for any reason you're going to ask for an extension, make it, oh, please, I have something. Can I have 2 minutes extra and make it? But you have 20 minutes and you go. The first you say, I have a lot to say, but the time is too short. In 20 minutes, you can't say anything. You're not even started. You're already wasting your time. Once you get on the stage, use the 20 minutes you have. One of the rules of presentation is you don't have to finish. In fact, the more you have to say and you keep to time and go, the more they say, Kai, that lady was making sense. We should bring her again a second time. That's actually how you have repeat invitations, because you made so much sense. They realized the time they gave you was too short, but you respected their time. So presenter mode actually gives you timer. So you see yourself and you're able to know what you are doing. Your next slide, you see your notes, whatever note you have, you are able to flow with it. When you are done, click on X and even the presenter slide has gone. Did you see that that presenter one has disappeared? Once I end the presentation, even that one there ends. You have a third option, present and record. So this is for someone like maybe you want to do a presentation and record it. So you are not presenting to a physical audience, but you want to have a slide and speak to it. When you do present and record and say next, it takes you to a Canva studio. Unfortunately, Canva studio only works in Google Chrome. So if I try to do it, I'm using Firefox now, it's going to tell me I have to go to Chrome. But if I open it in Chrome, what it does for you is when you say present and record, it will start presenting and automatically start recording you. You can put your video, so you can have like the way these bloggers do it. So your video, your camera turns on, it's recording your slide, capturing your voice, and it's moving. And maybe tomorrow, because we are away from time now, we're short of time, I'm not going to have to go. But tomorrow, I can do a demo of recording. You can even pause your recording. So you are presenting and you are recording, and somebody runs into the room, just pause it, attend to the person, and come back and continue play. It continues the recording from where it stopped. When you play it, you're going to see your slides moving the way they are moving. Your voice is speaking. If you want your video to show from your camera, fine. You don't want video, no problem. When you are done, it's a downloadable video. You can share it on your YouTube channel. And then, so this is like you doing a presentation. There's no audience, but you have effectively done a presentation. Autoplay is where you want to pre-record your presentation. Maybe you are going to present in a place where you're not going to have a clicker. You're not going to have somebody control. You cannot control your slides by yourself to go to the next slide, next slide, next slide. So you can auto-record and auto-play. Say, okay, I'm going to auto-play this thing such that I'm going to, after every 1 minute, I change slide. Every 1 minute, I change slide. Give it to them. Once they start playing it, without anybody there, your slide changes every 1 minute. But in this kind of case, you have to be disciplined to ensure that whatever you are saying about the slide, you don't get too excited. Within 1 minute, you are finished saying that thing and you move to the next slide. And then one other, let me use the word crazy stuff. It only happens in presenter view. So let me come back to this presenter view. And once we are doing presenter view, I come back to this audience view here. So this is my presenter view. Audience is seeing that. Do you see this button here? What does it say? Can you read what it says here?
Share remote control.
Share
remote control.
So I can click on this and I can copy a link. If I send you the link, Daniel can be in his house. I'm speaking, he's controlling my slides from his house. That thing you are saying, click next, click next. The person clicking next doesn't have to be near you. The person can be in another city entirely, joining the meeting remotely. So if it's like a Zoom meeting and I am here and I don't want to be controlling my slides, you can be in your house and you can be controlling the slides from where you are, and it's moving next, next, next. Once I give you that link, it gives you that remote control link to control the transition of my slides from wherever you are in the world. That's what this remote control does. All right. Because I have to save time. Where were we? Okay, I think I'm going to leave this part for tomorrow. Mock-ups, other things you can do in Canva. So I think I've covered remote control. Yes. Other things you can do in Canva, making mock-ups, making bulk designs. So if you are a social media manager for your company, I'm going to share with you a trick tomorrow, how you can have, if you have your content for 30 days, put it in a sheet, an Excel document, come to Canva, create a template, and connect it. Canva is going to give you 30 graphic designs. The content of each design is going to be what you have on that your sheet. And instantly you have 30 days of design. You can schedule, you can post to social media from Canva directly. This is it. Share on social. You can share to Instagram.
Yeah.
In fact, you can schedule it. You can schedule posts that, okay, this one, post it tomorrow. This other one, post it next tomorrow. So for social media management, Canva is your guy. You just come here, schedule your posts, design them, 30 designs, tell it 1 day, day 2, day 3, day 4, and go and sleep. Every day your designs are dropping on Instagram from right here. All of those tools, those are things I'm going to share tomorrow. And I still say tomorrow. So I'm going to show you tomorrow how you can make videos, how you can use Canva apps. You see this section here, apps. There are a lot of apps in Canva. that you can use. Things for, like I showed the AI, Google Drive. You can bring in so many apps, mock-ups. You want to make those of you who do software and apps, you want to probably create. Okay, maybe actually for tomorrow, let me not even get distracted. I'm trying to show you examples. And then, like I said, how you can use AI tools. There are tools that you just go and tell the AI tool, this is my topic, create entire slides. In fact, even Canva can do something like that. But anyway, that's all in tomorrow's content. So I'm not going to dive too much into all of that. How you can use AI to create ready-made slides that are original to you, and then you just come and do editing. In fact, this is it, magic design. Describe the presentation you want, and we'll write a design, and we'll write and design a draft for you. So basically, tell it, what do I want? I want a presentation on the history of Nigeria. Okay, so it's creating my presentation. Let's see what it comes up with, whether it's similar to what I want, and it gives me kind of stuff that I want. It's going to choose, okay, choose my style. Okay, so I want this style. Okay, so create my presentation. Okay, so history of Nigeria from pre-colonial times. My entire slide is ready. Introduction, Nigeria's history, pre-colonial Nigeria, all of that. I did not do any content looking for. AI gave me everything. I can now come and design, okay, do I like what AI has told me? Do I like the content? Do I like the pictures? And change it. I mean, the truth is, the tools are out there. One of the best gifts that God has given this generation is artificial intelligence. I know people are afraid of that guy. That guy is a blessing, but people are scared, saying to take our jobs. Anyway, so sorry, I have spoken like a marathon. By the way, you have a homework.
Sorry, please, where did you click on to get this AI stuff? I didn't
Yeah,
get
so
that.
We'll look at that tomorrow.
The Nigerian history, pre-colonial something. How did you get?
It generated by itself. Oh. It generated by
where did you click to generate? That's what I want.
Once you click on, once you come to start your presentation, click on this and opens a blank presentation. This magic design, that's the guy. But I'm going to walk through in details tomorrow. We still have 1 day. We say 3-day masterclass. I know that 3 days feels short because there's a lot to cover here. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to look at that. But you have an assignment for today. We have learned more. Yesterday we talked about colors, shapes, colors, fonts, and images. Today we've gone way more. So you have another slide to prepare for tomorrow. Sure, I shouldn't have showed you this thing now. Create a presentation slide to tell a brief history and history of Nigeria. But now this is it. That's not even going to work for you. AI won't work for you on this one. You have to work by yourself. You want to tell this, you want to do a slide that tells a brief history of Nigeria to people who know little about the country. So let me make this flexible. Dr. Emily, you can choose to do either America or Kenya, whichever of your countries you want to choose. So you don't have to do Nigerian research about Nigeria. So you can choose to do Kenya, tell us about your country in a way that makes people want to visit your country. The goal is you want to tell the story that will make them want to visit Nigeria. Now I highlighted here, focus on the good side. There are a lot of good things about our Nigeria that you can do. So with the elements you've known, now you know how to use images, text, colors, shapes, all of those things. Create a brief slide. It doesn't have to be plenty, 4, 5, 6, 7 slides, but tell a short story about Nigeria, its history, its people, fun facts that by the time somebody has seen your presentation, they're like, man, let's go to that country. Let's go and see what's happening there. That's the assignment for today. I know tomorrow is Sunday and you are thinking we'll go to church, but whatever. I mean, it's a masterclass. You need to try out something. If you don't practice what you are learning, it's just going to be theory. You will think you've understood it. But the day you now want to use it, now say, so where was that thing again that you see? When I'm doing it, it looks very easy when I'm doing it. Though. When you start doing it, you now start saying, where did he press? Where did he touch? And that's why as soon as this class is over, the video is going to be available for whoever wants to connect to it, whoever wants to watch a replay. I know I was fast. I didn't have a choice. I had to be fast. So forgive me for being fast. However, the video is going to be there. All right. So that was it for today. I hope you have had some value today. It was fast. I agree. I hope you've enjoyed it. Questions, we're behind our time by 15 minutes, but that's because we took almost an hour to review people's work from yesterday. If you didn't turn in your work from yesterday, you don't know the mistakes you could make. You don't know the errors. You don't know where to improve upon. But if you did, we took time and look at everybody's design and gave feedback on each of them one by one. Now you have another one for today to submit before tomorrow. A short presentation, talk about your country, make it attractive, make it captivating. The goal is by the end of that presentation, anybody who listens to you should be buying a ticket to come to your country. That's the idea. All right. So any questions from today's plenty talk?
I have a question.
All right, please go ahead.
My question is, thank you for the rush, right? my question is this assignment you've given to us,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Are we doing, is it, when you say presentation, is it the slides?
Yes, the slides.
Okay, we are doing slides.
The slide, yes. This is everything about slides, yeah.
Okay, what's the minimum slides we should work with?
Maybe 5. 5 is fine. I mean, 5 slides can be done in under 10 minutes. So yes, 5 slides is fine, minimum 5, but you can be more. Just the whole idea is you want it to be captivating, to be informative, and to make somebody who has listened to you just tell himself, I want to visit your country. That's the goal.
Okay, in that case, then, so we just research on the good side of our country and then put it in the slides and then
use images.
Okay.
I'm interested in your use of images, your use of color, your use of elements, your use of shapes to make that slide beautiful. That's my major interest. So even if the points are not deeply researched, just say, okay, even if your points are not accurate, you can say Nigeria has 230 sites. I'm not interested in the data. I'm interested in the design aesthetics and the flow. So if you're talking about tourist sites, do you have an image that shows tourism? You're talking about good food. Do you have image that shows attractive food? You're talking about maybe waterfalls and mountains, whatever it is. I'm more interested in how you use elements to tell a story, to make it captivating. That's the goal.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Any more questions?
Thank you, sir. Hello?
Yeah, please, Mr. Timothy, you're talking, doctor.
Yeah, after finishing with your slide, how do you save it to your system? Because I'm looking at this and I can't.
It does not save, it's automatically saved. That's the good thing. You're working in the cloud. As we are working, it is saving. If your system goes off, nothing is lost.
How do you, it's saved where? In the cloud?
In Canva. The next time you open Canva, you will see it. Okay, so let me do something. To answer your question, let me just go back to my, okay, so cancel. Okay, so when I come to my home, whenever you reload your Canva, so let me just reload my Canva and you will see what I'm talking about.
Sorry, how did you do the reloading of your Canva?
Just refresh my browser. Are you using a browser or Canva for your system? Which one are you using?
I downloaded it into my system.
It's still saved. Close it and open it, and you see that your files are there. It does not get lost.
Okay.
So because I'm using Canva in a browser, as soon as I just reloaded it, everything we have done today is there. Even that one that AI generated, the history of Nigeria, is there. Okay. The one I use for learning today is there. All the slides I open, all of your slides that you sent to me, see them, they're already there. I can't reopen any of them. I don't need to save. Just tells me this one can only comment only, but it's already saved in my own archive. So that's the beauty of it. Nothing like NEPA took light and I did not save. This one, you work. If you have Canva on your phone, you open your phone app and you can also find whatever you are designing. You can continue your design from your phone. That's the beauty of it. It's available right there in the cloud.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? Anybody?
Thank
hello,
you.
Sir.
Yes.
Please, can you drop the font's website? I was thinking you shared the slides yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the link to yesterday's slides as a read-only. So you can view the slides just as a read-only. and you can see all the websites on it. The recording is there, but I'm going to also drop the link to the slides from Canva, so you can just read it and see what it is. And so I'll drop yesterday's own. Even though today's own is just like directions, not so much of points are there. There's no new website, but I can also drop today's own if you want to look at it. But most importantly is the recordings that are important, which I'm going to drop after this call. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to stop the